Hello there, right, Cooper from the future here, right, just before you watch this video, right, just wanted to tell you, since I uploaded that I own one of these, I've had a few emails asking me questions. Now, most of the questions are sort of like pretty simple, few words and they're answered type thing, right, so I've just replied and stuff. But what I'm going to do is put all the little questions into like one email, into one video, and post it later. I've already told the people who's asked me the questions. I've emailed them back and give them the answer. Alright, but I thought I'll put them together in I've said email again. I thought I'll put them together in a video, right, in case there's anybody else who's got one of these who's got the same sort of questions, because some of them are to do with battery and things like that and that sort of stuff. Alright, but they're sort of like simple to answer and quick. Let me put this down. Simple to answer and quick, so I'm putting them all into one video and I'll post that later. However, this particular question I got asked to do with returning to home, right, in like a bando or in trees and things like that, it's a bit more complicated. Alright, so I've made this into its own video. Alright, it's not long, maybe 5 minutes, but I just wanted to jump in from the future and tell you about it, what I'm going to be doing later on. Okay then, right, enough of me waffling, I'll beam out again and roll VT. Hello pilots and ground crew, welcome back to my channel. Well, I've been asked a question, which I knew would happen sooner or later after I posted me secret about owning a DJI FPV drone. And I've already been asked a question about the return to home function, but not the way around you'd think about it. What the guy wanted to know, what's his hang on, I always forget the names of the people. Alright, and I have to put it up. Alright, I'm gonna go search for it, so pause. And I'm back. No wonder I bloody forgot. Alright, Michael Flatsley. Hope I pronounced that right, mate. If I didn't, I apologise. Aye. Well, what he wanted to know about the return to home function on the DJI FPV drone was he understands if he's out flying in the middle of a field, something goes wrong, it'll come back and return to home. But he wanted to know if he was flying indoors, right? Because well, on mine I have it set to 50 meters, so if I'm outside and something goes wrong, the drone will go up to 50 meters, then turn round and return to home. Alright, but if I was indoors I'd be panicking, and he wanted to know if he was indoors, does he have to adjust that and things like that. Well, it's a yes and a no. It's mostly no, but there is a bit of yes in there. It all depends on exactly where. If you're in a big warehouse, right, and it's an open warehouse, and as long as you don't fly further than 50 meters away, so you keep within 50 meters, right, and there's no big obstacles around you out like that, right, if something went wrong, right, the drone for return to home will activate, but it'll stay at the same altitude. It won't try and climb to a fixed altitude. Alright, like I said, I have mine set at 50 meters for return to home, but if I was only, say, 8 foot off the floor and the failsafe happened, as long as I'm less than 50 meters away from myself, all it will do, it will come back to me very slowly, right? It's slow. I can't remember exactly. We'll say 1 mile an hour. I don't know, right? I can't remember, but it'll turn around and come back to you real slowly. But at that altitude, at say 6 foot or whatever it was you were flying at, it won't try and ascend as long as you're less than 50 meters away. So no, you don't have to touch your return to home functions in that scenario. Now, if you're flying through some trees and stuff, right, like a little forest, same principle applies. If you're less than 50 meters away, if for some reason you lose signal, right, the drone will try and return to home. So in that situation, because you've been flying, it could hit a tree, right? So you're better off changing that in your goggles if you're flying through trees, even if you're only going to be 20, 30 meters away, right? You're better off changing that in your goggles. It takes seconds simply to hover. So if there's a fail safe, right, your drone will stop and hover, and then you can just walk up to it, land it, or whatever. Or you can set it just to land. If there's a fail-safe, just land. But whatever, it's better to do that in that situation around trees and stuff. But if you're flying in an area, we'll just say a park, right? And you're going to be less than 50 meters away from yourself, but you know there's, say, a couple of tunnels or somewhere, I don't know, right? And you want to fly through them. You don't have to panic that if it fail safes, the drone's going to go woof right up to its fail safe altitude, as long as you're less than 50 meters away from yourself, as long as the drone's less than 50 meters away from you, and then it'll just turn around and come back. But if you're in a tunnel and you're over there and the tunnel's over there, it's going to hit the wall. But yeah, you know what I mean. So less than 50 meters away, the drone will stay at its same height, turn around and come back at a steady speed. Okay, so no, you don't have to. If you're in like a warehouse or something like that, if you're flying a bando, you don't have to adjust the return to home. Now, all that being said, personally, me, if I was flying, whether I'm flying 20 foot or frigging 49 meters, if I go into a bando, right, or if I go through some forest or some woods or something like that, right, I will adjust my return to home to hover or land. Better safe than sorry. But do you have to? No. I hope that was clear. I've tried to do that slow and steady because I've had a few complaints that sometimes I talk too fast on a waffle and I say, well, if you go this way, so I've had a few complaints about that. Alright, even though I try to keep that's my thing. I kiss my videos. I keep them super simple. Kiss them. Keep them super simple. Or keep it super simple. K-I-double-S. Keep it super simple. Alright, but I've been told sometimes I go a bit fast on a waffle, so I'm sorry. But I'm not going to recap. That's something else I've been told off. You've just bloody told us everything, and now you're recapping. Why are you recapping? We can just rewind and watch it again. So I'm not even going to recap. So there you go. That's the bottom line. Alright, so it's up to you what you want to do. I've told you what I do. Alright, but do you have to? No. This is turning into a recap, so I'm going to stop now. I was trying to keep this video short. So there you go. I hope this answers your question, Michael. And that's all I'm not even going to try your last name again. Sorry, mate. Alright, so I know it'll help you. So if it helps anybody else, as I usually say, that's great. So I'm going to leave it there. And cheers.